Yo, welcome to Sports and Street Talk Season 3, Episode 6, man. This is Overcoming Losses. I'm one of your hosts, Josh Portis.
I'm Rob Gordon.
And I'm Brock Jones.
And today we're really going to get into the topic of overcoming losses. And when I talk about overcoming losses, man, we all have encountered in some way or type of fashion of a loss that, just has happened, or that was taken away, or it was a slip up, a mistake on our part, or someone else caused that loss, or maybe a robbery, or a lick that didn't work out, or someone stole from you, or something bad that happened that you took a loss from too as well. But overcoming those losses and how you persevere, more importantly, but it really can cause, I would say, some type of obstacles to learn from, just because you're more cautious, you're more aware of what's going on around you. You're, I would say, more enlightened on, what could happen to you since it's already happened to you before. So, let's talk about it and get into the overcoming losses and kind of sharing some of the experiences that you guys have and tap into it in a more knowledgeable way that way.
Wait, Rob? Yeah.
I mean, well, y'all know, to me it's all about positioning yourself around winners around winners in the winning circle. You know what I'm saying? Like-minded individuals with ambitions and goals just like you have. You may not share the same interests, but at the same time, you know you need to go moving forward.
Yeah, 100%. On the topic of overcoming losses, I think from personal experience, I've experienced so many. It's so many, dog.
Don't go too deep into it.
I mean, just like how
haven't you
going?
learned?
If you haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how deep do we want to go into it?
Let's go deep then, Rob G.
Dog, I've been through a lot, bro. Like, I'm talking about losing packages. I mean, we talking street. We talking.
No.
We talking. Okay.
Let's talk about
life. Okay. All right. So
let's talk about losing in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was toxic or...
You gotta go that way.
No, let's just go there. Let's go ahead and clear...
You gotta go that way.
50-minute episode.
No. We're gonna go ahead and clear that out, because I know you got a whole soliloquy and everything, JP.
Look,
I already know.
I'm gonna go from this instance. When it comes to overcoming losses in relationships, my favorite thing is, and I tell this to all my brothers, y'all heard me say it, you either a lesson or you're a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So It don't matter.
You a lesson or you a blessing?
You either a lesson or you a blessing. So when you in a relationship with a young lady, you know what I mean? You either a piece or a piece of ass. So you either his piece or his piece of ass. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is this, man. Like, when you in a relationship and you trying to take it far, we either building or we not. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get to that point where the relationship is over, y'all end amicably. Hopefully y'all can end amicably. But if it doesn't, you either a lesson or you're a blessing. You know what I mean? That was a lesson for you. Okay, you learn from that. You learned that you could do certain things within a relationship, whether it was a better version of yourself, or extend yourself a little bit more, or, be a planner, or whatever it is. You learn something about yourself within the relationship, within the confines of a relationship. So, I don't think you should be upset about it. You should,
I mean, what qualifies a loss in a relationship?
It depends on who it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you was dating me, nigga, and I ain't with you no more, that shit is a loss on you, champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, no cocky, no funny shit. It is what it is, because I just know my vision. Like, my vision don't change, bro. My vision is my vision. You know what I mean? Like, my vision from when y'all niggas met me, from when you met me, my vision ain't changed. You know what I mean? Well, probably a little bit, because we met during football, so it's shifted. But
have you ever taken a loss in a relationship?
I mean, we all do. If you go out on a date and you spend some money on vacation or whatever, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? You'll never recoup that money. But at the end of the day, those are memories and experiences.
It's definitely a trade-off for some of those things.
A loss in a relationship.
A loss in a relationship. It depends on what you consider a loss. Like, everybody's perception is different, because you lose time. Everything we can get back but time wasted, right? So if I'm not getting that time back, I lost the time. But at the end of the day, did I learn something? Did I meet new people? Did I have good experiences? Do I have memories? I have all of those things, but I can't get my time back. The most precious thing we got in life is time, bruh. If I can't get my time back, then I wasted the time. That's still a loss.
Not really.
Nigga, that's a loss.
Because to me, losing losing something is a gain.
Losing something is a game?
Yeah,
Explain that.
Because the minute you lose something, it opens the door for something else to come in. And
100%. I get you in that way.
That's a certified gain.
Right.
The minute you lose a battle, what's the next thing?
Depends on what kind of battle it is.
Nah, I'm just saying. The next step is a win.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
You just lost that battle.
Right.
So if you're able to move forward, you already doing something.
That's 100%.
You know, so but I think more than anything is we're all gonna experience losses.
In anything.
And even y'all say it all the time. Anytime something bad happens, Rock gonna find the bright side.
Yep.
So we can't focus on the present. I mean, on the future at all. We gotta focus on what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
The minute we go into a different direction, as far as taking losses and, you know what I'm saying, not moving forward, really just focusing on that loss, then the loss is conquered.
I mean, I think it's always a way to think about it, right? So it's not necessarily, like I said, it's a lesson. I don't consider losing something as a loss. I think it's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like L's in my life, like if something, let's just say something happens or whatever, I don't consider it a loss. I just consider it a lesson. I learn from that. You know what I'm saying? If I lost, let's say I bought a property, whatever the case may be, it don't go the right way. All right, you know what I'm saying? They snatch it, they foreclose it, or whatever. I gotta sell it. That's not a loss to me. That's a lesson. So whatever that I did within that transaction that failed, I say, okay, well, I'm not gonna do this again. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it was a piss poor partnership or it was piss poor management on my behalf, if it was bad tenant placement, like whatever that was, I'm not gonna do it again. So it's a lesson. I don't necessarily consider it a loss. You know what I'm saying? If I'm like, for example, when I tore my ACL in football, some people might be like, "Oh man, you ain't make it to the league, blah blah blah." That's a loss for you, man. No, it was a lesson because I learned so many things within that space. I met so many great people and have relationships. That's not a loss; it's a lesson. And then I take those relationships that I have, and I'm using those relationships on the second part of my life. You know what I'm saying? That even the reason why this podcast is even in existence is because of my relationships from football. So is that a loss? No, it's a lesson, and it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because I built relationship. Like me and this man right here, that's a brotherhood. That's forever. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Relationships that you come across, it's never a loss to me. It's just a repurposing of it.
Okay.
You said something that caught my attention, and when you said, you can focus. You don't need to focus on the future. You need to focus on the now.
Right.
But I want to elaborate into that because my interpretation on that is, and my opinion, my view on that is, I feel like you're right to a certain extent, but you can scale your focus to the future too as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you can focus on the now and see where that focus will get you to. That's scaling to the future.
No, you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel that, you do need to be focused on the now. You do need to take it one day at a time, one moment at a time, and really hone in on your steps, your obstacles, on things that you need to, check off the box, right? Because at the end of the day, it's steps to get to where you need to go to, and that's what scales your focus on the future. Not everything's going to happen now, but having a good idea and a good path on where you need to go to walk that road that you need to do and that vision that you need to do to conquer that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100% right. I think that we have to constantly be planting the seed, seed the harvest, everything. Right. Wherever we go, we got to plant the seed. That's all we got to do. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen when you plant a seed?
It's going to grow eventually.
It's going to grow, and it's going to develop, right?
Mm-hmm. Eventually.
And once it develops, then it's going to keep moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to constantly be making, bigger roots to bigger fruits. You know what I'm saying? Bigger roots to bigger fruits.
Some dope shit that I heard, and it kind of goes along with that phrase that you said. It's pretty dope. You ever heard a tree grow?
Tree grow.
You ever heard a tree grow?
Mm-mm.
You don't.
You don't hear him.
Keep moving.
Keep moving. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You never heard a tree grow.
You never heard a tree grow, my nigga. Keep it moving, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know, bro. I mean, when you talking about relationships, let's switch topics for a second. Let's switch directions. In business, right? Because you know that's my shit.
Okay.
In business, do you ever consider something a loss? What's a loss in business look like to you? Like if you in the growing game and you like what's a loss?
There's no such thing as a loss.
It's no such thing as a loss.
Yeah, because I live by 6 ingredients: love, life, loyalty,
No, I'm not talking about the
wisdom.
product. We're not talking about like the process
Wisdom,
of what you're
loyalty,
doing.
and
But what
understanding.
about a loss on just some money stuff happens or things
Nah,
happen?
Nothing?
And
Because
nothing?
you gain wisdom, understanding.
So you're not even. Going,
So let me
you're not
just.
even gonna put your mind frame into that purpose of
Not a
what
chance.
something has.
Not a chance.
So what happens if somebody come through and kill your plants?
Man, I told you, failure don't exist to me, bro. You know that situation happened to me. And what?
That's why I asked.
What, no. What just happened, bro?
No.
What just happened?
No, what I said is that's what I'm asking him. He
bluffing. He
Look,
trying to get my. They
you
trying to get my
bluffing, 'cause
temperature up.
I'm asking.
Nah, bro.
I'm asking you.
Nah.
No, because
Look.
listen. So that's not a loss. Then you
Huh?
don't consider that a loss.
Nah, bro.
You was hot, bro.
No, I got rid of the problem, my nigga.
But
he was
you
done.
Nah, I
You
need.
feel me?
done.
But
I
shit,
need-
that was still a loss.
No,
It's
no,
rock
it
on set
wasn't.
tonight.
No, it wasn't,
rock
bro.
on
That
set
was
tonight.
no, it wasn't.
Is
a
that
loss.
not a loss, bro?
No, I got rid of the problem.
All right,
That's what I did.
Josh, I got a question for you.
What's up?
When you was in the league and that whole situation happened and you was gone and you got kicked out, do you consider that a loss?
Yes.
Why?
Because that money was guaranteed.
Come on. Talk
So-
about it.
So I mean that situation crazy. We talk about what 2012.
Man, talk about it. Let's run through it.
2012.
Let's run through it.
man.
Let's run through it.
I'm on a 5. You know, we go back. I talked about it in season 1.
Let's talk
you
about it
know,
again. I want to hear it again.
You know, we talked about the coach killers. We talked about coaches that kill
Yeah, let's
dreams.
let's go deeper into it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than the coaches. It's bigger than the staff.
It was just because it was a spur of the moment. It was a situation that led up to my own mother saying, "Josh, what are you doing? You don't need to go out right now."
Okay, let's talk about it. Run
And
through
it's
it.
like,
What was your
and I was just
perception?
like, she's telling me that, and it's like, I'm just like,
And mama
dang. And I'm like,
intuition
man, I'm
something else,
gonna go
bro.
out anyway. I'm gonna get something to eat.
Right.
But I
But talk
wasn't
about
doing
was that
I
your
late.
ego? Was that your ego?
Nah, that was not. It was my ego, and that was the young Josh though. That was the 23, 24-year-old Josh that that really didn't really see for what things can be taken away that quickly from you until it happens, and then that's part when it happens, it's too late. And then when it's too late, it's like, damn, I wish I would have listened to my mom and understand that was the angel that was
trying
in
to
the
protect
room.
you.
She's always been the angel that's been in the room.
Right.
Shout out to Mama Porters.
Man, mama's
Shouts
always
out Mama
been there.
Porters.
Always been there for me. Always, gave me guidance, even though, we have our ways. But, at the end of the day, I've always listened to her just because she's done it. She's been there and done it and was successful in business.
So look, in that moment, right? Lights come on. Pew pew. How you feeling?
I'm going to get away. I'm going to finesse this situation where I'm going to put a penny in my mouth.
Come on.
Even though I was, I had 2 cups of drinks, but I was going to put a penny in my mouth just to
hold on.
dilate the alcohol.
Just so they don't know. If you don't know,
Right.
you take some pennies, pop them in, you swish them around. It messes up the breathalyzer. I'm not telling y'all to do that, but it just in case you in that situation. But go ahead.
Knowledge is power, yeah.
Nah,
So-
but I was just, I just felt that was gonna be the situation. But apparently I had somebody in the passenger seat that was, a little bit intoxicated at the time, and that person I have no longer encountered, or no have a friendship or relationship with. But it was a time where I learned. The guy told me to get out the car and walk the 9 steps, say the ABC backwards, and doing all that
That
stuff.
shit
And
hard
still
sober.
asked me to take the breathalyzer test after I completed those steps. And I said no. Took me in the back of the car. I was like, as enough time went past, I'm going to blow. So I blew under 1.75. Then I blew over 1.75, which is a legal limit. In the state of Washington at the time was, I believe, 1.74, 1.73. I don't know what it is now. So many numbers change over the years of the legal limit, not the legal limit. What's legalized now, what's not legalized now. But long story short, that moment defined
Your career.
my career because the cop told me, and I remember this like it was yesterday, you probably want to go tell Coach Carroll what happened.
That's what he said?
That's what he told me.
You never told me that.
And I was just like, why should I? I'm not gonna get in trouble. I didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? At the time, before he took me into the station, when he told me that, it goes back to like they was gonna set me up anyway. So, I don't know how I blow underneath the limit and then blow over the limit. You know what I mean? So
He swapped the machine.
I don't know what the situation was or what the case may be, but it's you never know how deep the politics is behind cities, behind organizations, even behind your own organization. Some of these organizations in the NFL, they hire private investigators just to follow you, just to look at your lifestyle and how you are. And you never know, if the organization might have an inside cop to, just do some back end stuff, man. It gets deep when there's so much money involved. And, a lot of people look at it from the outside in as a fan. They don't really see the political aspects of, being a part of a multi-billion-dollar organization that's ran by the top. And, pretty much a lot of players are puppets. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that.
So how did you overcome that loss? Like, what was the steps?
Man, $2.5 million, that's just a lot of money. It really changed just the way I viewed money. It changed the way how I view, the opportunities that you can really have right in front of you and let it slip away. It really showed me, and really gave me the motivation to go get it again. And when I say it gave me the motivation to go get it again, that's I think the strongest emotion that I have towards it, which I feel like I take it into the positive. I don't really take that emotion and be like, man, it's over for me, and be all sulky, because at the end of the day, nobody cares.
You feel like it's owed to you?
Nah, I don't feel like it's owed to me. I feel like I feel like if I get it, it'll be well deserved. And when I do get it, it'll be deserved.
That's for sure.
And I don't really, I don't really like to be entitled or feel like I'm entitled to something. I feel like if you work hard towards something and your heart stay pure about something, I feel like the energy or the universe will bless you in a way where it's 10 times fold. And I told Rob this. I never want to, I always be close to my friends and want to check in them and see how they doing, but I'm always, I'm never worried about what the next man's doing, because, I'm here, to have a purpose and to feel that purpose and to help others. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this world has, a purpose to feel others, and you should, everybody's kings. You know what I mean? All guys are kings. I view every man as equal, because at the end of the day, you have a family to feed. You have a mother and daddy, just like I have a mom and dad. I don't view nobody as equal. I mean, I don't view nobody as less than what they are. So I always give everybody the fair benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
I always give everybody the fair benefit of the doubt.
That's for sure.
That's a good one. I always find out something new about that story every time I hear it. That's why I be wanting to hear it, because there's always more details that come out about that story.
Always a little bit more going on.
Right. I think it was a little bit more, but
No. But more than anything, man, just overcoming losses, it really defines your greatness within. If you're able to overcome it, and you're able to fight through it and learn from it. More than anything, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, life, loyalty. You got to remember those key factors.
Yeah,
life,
what
loyalty,
I'm saying?
huh?
Yeah. And you gotta love. Love is important.
It is, man. It is. I mean,
and that goes. Let me go ahead and check in with you, Rob G. Cause you checked in with us.
What?
So
Don't you start no shit.
All right.
Go ahead.
In your last relationship, and we just so happened to talk about this.
You
was it a loss? Oh, did you lose, or was it a win?
Damn.
The last one.
I know which one you talk about. It was a lesson.
That's a major check-in, bro.
It's a super check-in.
We got
that nigga on some pressing.
Damn, we got to check in. You know it's the real nigga check in.
I thought we was boys. No, man. It's definitely a lesson, bro. I wouldn't consider it a loss. You know what I mean? I definitely learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was great while it was great. And you never know what the future holds. I'm never a firm believer in, especially when it comes to love, is shutting the door on certain shit. Because I still got a lot of love for that person. But I would just say that when it comes to just a level of respect for myself, I gotta just keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I mean? And that's not to say that I won't double back, or maybe that situation won't present itself again in a under different terms. But, you know, she was there, you know what I'm saying, when I needed her most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think reasons, seasons, and lifetime. You know, people come into your life for a reason, people come into your life for a season, and people come into your life for a lifetime. Right. And I was expecting it to be a lifetime. I had planned for it to be a lifetime. I had done everything that I needed it to do to be a lifetime. But
how do you distinguish between that?
It just presented to be seasonal, huh? How do you? I mean, honestly, it's difficult to distinguish who's going to be lifetime people or not. I think adversity shows you who are lifetime people. You know what I'm saying? I just think that.
So you wouldn't necessarily call that relationship a complete waste of time, or see why?
No, I learned a lot. Like I said, I learned a lot about myself within that space. Prior to that situation, I'm gonna be real, man. Like I honestly checked myself. I was like, damn, dog, I don't think I can love no more. Like I think my love meter broke.
Oh. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I actually had a deep conversation with one of my homegirls, one of my good homegirls. She's a doctor, Cheyenne Bryant. Had a good conversation. She's a doctor out here in LA, and I was like, yo, I think my love meter broke. And she was like, she started laughing, and she was like, nigga, what you listening to? And that's the first thing she said. You listening to all that rap music, all that shit? I'm like, yeah, you know, I like the motherfucking, you know, my Nipsey, my Gotti, you know what I'm saying, my Jeezy. She said, you don't play no love music? I said, no. She was like, nigga, you got to start playing some love music.
That's for sure.
And she said, you can't be in love and not play love music.
That's for sure, bro.
You gotta play love music over there.
Oh, no question. No question.
Nigga,
Remember,
I ain't gonna hold you.
We talking to the dude that used to make the girls the CDs.
Come on, Mr. CD maker. and so as soon as I started playing love music, nigga, that world opened up. But I say that to say, nah, man, I definitely think it was just a seasonal situation. Right. It could potentially be a lifetime situation. Who knows? Like I said, who knows what it is? You know what I mean? I don't know. I want his nigga face lit up. I'm just saying, you don't know, bro. I don't know. Life do funny shit.
Hold on, whoa. It's not over. It's not burned. It's not stinking in the
I just say life is funny, bro. You never know.
Man, bro.
Life is funny. You never know. Life is funny. You never know. I
know. That shit dead and stinking. Keep it moving, bitch. My bad. Keep it moving, young lady. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
My bad.
You letting it go tonight?
Nah.
Yeah, that nigga.
He kind of got me. He got me in my feelings talking about what happened though. Bro.
Oh, I mean,
you got me in my feelings.
I know, bro, but I just, you know what I'm saying, bro. I want everybody to do good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my whole thing. Like, there was a question that was asked to me, like, do you push all your friends? I'm like, nigga, everybody that know me know that you ain't gonna. It's no mediocrity around me, bro.
Right.
I done got into it with you. I done got into it with you.
Right.
I done got into it with Earl. I done got into it with my business partner AB. I done got into it with my business partner Mook. People know, bro. Like, if I got something to say, I'm gonna say it, bro. Like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Like, when have I ever held my tongue around you?
Never.
If I feel some type of way about something, I'm gonna say it, bro.
Immediately.
If I feel like it's bullshit, I'm gonna say it. Like, that's just who I am, bro. I'm not gonna change up for nobody. And so, you know, it's just people either
gonna accept it,
receive it,
or they not.
But, and I'm not saying it's like in a bad
thing.
way.
No one rewards mediocrity. Like, especially if you know that you a king, and you know that you separate yourself from anybody who doesn't think like that. No one rewards that. You know what I'm saying? We got to always be striving for greatness and recreating better versions of ourselves. Change the narrative.
I mean, honestly, that's part of it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, bro, I'm just always gonna put myself in a position to put myself around people that are always gonna push me. And if y'all not pushing me, and I'm not pushing y'all,
Then what we doing?
I gotta get the
Right.
fuck away from you.
Straight up.
Because it's just, life is too short to just be around people just to be around them. For what?
Right. My folks gotta be in the winning circle. Straight up.
I just want everybody to
only way.
win. And sometimes this is the best. We on Sports and Street Talk. When a coach is talking to you, that don't mean that and they screaming on you or whatever. Not necessarily screaming, but if the coach is digging in your ass, that don't mean that the coach don't like you. That don't mean that the coach think of any less of you. It mean that the
Right.
coach actually loves you, and he's speaking from a place of trying to get you in a position where you need to be. So,
Right.
If you are in a position, and I've experienced this, and let me ask y'all this: do y'all feel like when you criticize or critique a woman, does she take it right?
Well, it depends on how you deliver it. Number one.
Depends on how you deliver it. Depends on her temperament. It depends on what you've done for her, with her in the past 2-3 months prior to that
Right.
situation.
Right.
And things have added up and built up.
Right.
So that first little niche or that second little niche that
Right.
you might have with her still might be in the back of her head. That gonna come out 7 months later. Like you be like, "Damn,
Facts.
where's it coming from?
Yep.
Where's this coming from?"
And it's just a trickling down effect.
But you gotta, but it's like, when you argue, you gotta argue on subject. Why are we talking about 8 months ago?
I mean,
But that's just how they wired.
Anyway, moving on. Next topic. Y'all niggas not gonna Dr. Phil me.
all right, let's do this little quick exercise, y'all. We're gonna call it evil or tragedy. You feel me? So
Evil
I'm,
or tragedy?
yeah. So I'm
where you
I'm
going
gonna
with this.
I'm gonna give y'all some names and stories that's been publicized, of course, and y'all tell me if y'all think it's evil or just a tragedy.
All right, hurry up.
All right, Antonio Brown.
Dang, that's a tough one.
Evil or tragedy, right?
I want to
Yeah.
say. I want to say
neither.
I want to say neither.
Neither.
No.
I think that's a success story.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
He got the calendar for January.
All right, well let's go.
January. You could put AB for January for the 2022.
I think he wins.
I checked that in.
He did. He
did that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did a deal with
he did.
Rolex, man. He got a deal with Rolex right after he got out of there on them.
Okay, let's go with Aaron Hernandez.
Tragedy.
Tragedy. All that talent.
Hey, did you watch the documentary?
And he was gang banging. All that talent.
real.
He was a real gangster out there. Really.
Putting in work.
It's
crazy.
And nothing. It ain't nothing funny about it. But I'm just saying. Just imagine. You were really I wouldn't say grateful. You were special. He was special.
Nah, he was gifted.
He was special when the ball was in his hands.
No question.
After the catch, he was special.
Definitely.
Nobody couldn't tell me he wasn't special before that.
Gifted.
Yeah.
He was special when the ball was in his hands after the catch.
Super gifted.
All right,
And at the end of the day, he was, doing his thing.
let's go back one. Ray Carew.
Ray Carew. Ooh. That's evil.
It's pure evil.
Yeah, that's straight evil.
Straight evil.
Yeah.
Straight evil.
Steve McNair.
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
It's crazy because it's tricky situation.
That's tricky, bro.
Because Steve was doing Steve, and at the end of the day, it happened.
Still
It happened
tragic.
to him. It's still tragic.
It shouldn't have happened that way.
Right.
Steve McNair, man.
Should have
about-
went down.
Junior Seau.
Tragedy.
Tragic.
To me.
To me, too.
That's tragic too.
Yeah.
There's nothing
that's
evil
for
about
sure.
it.
I would say
It's just-
tragic.
Just a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mike Vick. Last one.
Mike Vick.
It's evil and tragedy because they didn't have to put him in the hole for 2 years like that. I wasn't agreed on. I don't agree on the verdict on that. I mean, I agree with the punishment, maybe taking for his contract and stuff like that.
I think
But 2 years in a hole in prison for that?
I think
There's
it's
much more
tragic.
crimes.
I would say
There's
tragedy
there's
because
much more crimes that happen and they don't get put away for 2 years. We can all ask Big Ben that.
my opinion on that is I'm saying tragedy, and the reason why I say it's a tragedy is because he wasn't doing it. Like, it was his man's. He had the crib, but it was his mans that was doing it. So it was almost like guilty by association. That's exactly what it was.
Right.
And so to me, it was tragic because
they found out through somebody else.
it wasn't even
snitch.
him. It was a snitch. Like
Right.
it was a snitch. Somebody snitched, like the neighbor or something that was probably hating on him or whatever, didn't like him from high school, and then tragedy. You know what I mean? And he was at the top of his game at that point.
No question.
So to me, that's tragedy.
Yeah, it's
Shouts out to
tragedy
Mike.
to me too, because we was on our way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike Vick. Way to come back, bro.
Yeah.
You know, getting that $100 million contract. Only this first player ever
He
in
overcame
NFL
a
history
loss.
to
That's for
receive two $100 million contracts in NFL history.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to Mike Vick on that.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir. That's
That's
the
crazy.
true definition of overcoming the loss.
That's an overcoming loss for sure.
The mentality. Well, look, man, I think we dived a lot into overcoming losses, man. We really tapped in on just like the nuances of, you know, the losses from a good way, bad way, or, you know, everything happens for a reason. But hey, you know, check it again. Check us out, www.snstalk.net for all the latest episodes from season 1 and season 2 and season 3. This is the 26th episode, and we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it rolling, give you guys some good content, keep it rolling with some dope guests, obviously. Coming through the LA area, obviously they coming in town, enjoying the vacation, the vacation, whatever the vacation may be.
Staycation, latecation,
whatever it is, they got it all out here. The only place in America that got mountains and snow and a beach and all in one area.
One spot.
You know?
Yeah.
Southern California, that's where we at, man. Sports and Street Talk.
And
Stay
it's
tuned.
cold.
God bless.
It's actually cold.
Peace and
today.
love.
Peace and love.